BMW's M division is on a roll. It just celebrated its 50th birthday with a load of exciting new models. But the party isn't over. BMW is working on a new car that will be more powerful than anything it's ever made before. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about BMW's future M car flagship. I'll also show you exclusive images of what this new car could look like, because I'm Mark Watson and you're watching carwow. And if you like these kind of videos, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon. That way you won't miss a single upload. Buy, sell,
carwow.
2022 was an insane year at BMW, but it's working on something even better. This secret project is shaping up to be the most powerful and the quickest accelerating car the German brand has ever made. And all this technology could feature in a replacement for today's 625 horsepower M8 competition. Now, it's no secret that BMW has a lot up its sleeve at the moment. It's also working on a brand new 5 Series. This will probably be revealed in the first half of 2023, and it's set to arrive alongside a fully electric i5 saloon. You're probably thinking, I know what you're going to say, Matt, BMW's next flagship car will be the new M5. Yes, there is a new M5 coming, but the car I have in mind could be much more powerful than that. Why? Well, the new M5 is set to go hybrid. Don't worry, it's still going to get a twin-turbo 4.4 litre V8 engine, but it'll also borrow the hybrid system that BMW developed for the XM SUV. Top specification label red versions of that car use a 585 horsepower V8 and an electric motor to make a combined 748 horsepower and 1000 newton meters of torque. That's more than any other BMW road car ever. That hybrid system in the next M5 sounds like a pretty tasty recipe. The M5 should be smaller and lighter than the XM, which means it should be much quicker. But BMW has also dropped a few hints about another car with even more power. No, it's not a limited edition M5 CS, although there'll probably be one of them along later, you know how these things play out. It'll actually be a high performance version of the brand new 7 Series. Before you ask, no. This car won't have a crazy twin-turbo V12 engine like the old M760 Li. It's actually going to be a more powerful version of the i7 electric car called the i7 M70. BMW hasn't confirmed any performance stats yet, but it has said the new car will have more than 1000 newton meters of torque from 2 electric motors. It'll also have more power than any other BMW road car, and it'll accelerate from 0 to 60 miles an hour in less than 4 seconds. That may seem just okay these days, but it's still seriously impressive for a massive luxury saloon. But that's not all. There's a chance BMW could take the motors from the i7 M70 and use them to build an even quicker car to replace the current 8 Series. Now let me explain. It's no secret that the BMW 8 Series hasn't been a huge hit. It uses the same underpinnings as a 5 Series and most of the same engines, but it costs a lot more. You see, you can get a BMW M550i with a 530 horsepower V8 for about £77,000. An M850i with the same engine will cost you more than £109,000. It's more than £30,000 more! Sure, the 5 Series is about to be replaced by a brand new car very soon, but the 8 Series hasn't really got much longer. It's still probably just got a few years left. It only went on sale in 2018, and by BMW standards, that means it'll probably stick around until 2025. But things might be about to change in 2026. Rumours surfaced last year that BMW might be planning to merge the next generation 8 Series with the new 7 Series. This isn't going to happen straight away, but by the time the 7 Series and i7 get a facelift at around 2026, they could be joined by a new 7 Series Grand Coupe. And that would essentially be a replacement for today's 8 Series Grand Coupe. And I reckon it could look something like this. But why am I excited about a less practical 7 Series that might end up costing more? Simple really. It might end up being the quickest car BMW makes. If you take the motors and battery from the forthcoming i7 M70 and put them into a lighter, more aerodynamic Grand Coupe body, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to be quicker than the normal saloon, right? But that's just one possibility. The 8 Series might actually live on in a very different way. At the moment, most new BMWs are built using something called the CLAR platform. Front-wheel drive cars like the 1 Series and 2 Series Grand Coupe use something different, but everything from the M240i all the way up to the new i7 uses the same basic chassis design. It's a clever bit of kit because it lets BMW design a new car with an internal combustion engine and an electric motor, or both. But BMW is also working on something completely different. It's called the Neuer Classer platform. In case you don't speak German, and even if you do, you probably don't understand what I just said because my accent is tragic. It actually just means new class when you translate it into English. This is a completely new type of chassis that's been specifically designed for electric cars only, and it could help BMW build a replacement for the 8 Series with more than 1,000 horsepower. A future M8 won't actually be the first new class car BMW builds though. The first cars to use this technology will take inspiration from the iVision Circular and the iVision D concept cars. And the first new class production car will be a saloon the size of a 3 Series, and it'll go on sale in 2025. But BMW has also confirmed the new class chassis will underpin the next generation of fully electric M performance cars. But which M cars are we talking about specifically? Well, it won't be the M2. That's only just been revealed with a 3-litre twin-turbo straight-six and 460 horsepower and no electric motors in sight. And I already know that the next generation M5 will be going hybrid rather than full EV. This means there's a chance that the next generation M3 and M4 will be the first pure electric M cars. But the sort of power figures BMW is aiming for with its first bespoke MEV are way beyond what you'd expect in an M3 or an M4. I reckon they're more like the sort of power you'd see in a new M8 competition. BMW has already built a few electric cars with M badges. There's the i4 M50, the iX M60, and soon there'll be the i7 M70 I mentioned earlier. But these are still technically M-like cars. A bit like how the M550i is an M-like version of the full-fat M5. So what will the first proper electric M car be like? For starters, it should come with a new 800-volt electrical system and a new structural battery pack. This pack will actually help make the car stronger and stiffer, a bit like the batteries in the latest Tesla Model Y do. This means the car's chassis can be lighter because it doesn't need extra bracing to support the weight of the battery, which is better for range and performance. But batteries are only half the story. What about the motors? Well, this guy should know. His name is Frank Weber and he's the Chief Technical Officer for BMW. He previously said that M cars based on the new class platform can handle between 2 and 4 motors, and these can produce up to 1 megawatt of combined power. That's 1,360 horsepower. That's more than double the amount of power you get from today's M5 competition. It's 340 horsepower more than you get in a Tesla Model S Plaid and around 160 horsepower more than the tri-motor Lucid Air Sapphire. And both of those cars are supposed to do 0 to 60 miles an hour in less than 2 seconds. These power figures aren't just pie-in-the-sky numbers created by some computer simulation either. BMW is actually working on a prototype. It actually looks very similar to the i4 M50, but this test mule has been designed to test all the control systems you need for quad-motor cars with more than 1,000 horsepower. That sort of power and acceleration is far too much for a next-generation M3 or M4. After all, it would make the M5 completely redundant, but that sort of power wouldn't seem excessive in the next generation M8 competition. After all, that's supposed to be BMW's performance flagship, well, when you ignore all the special editions like the M5 CS. But hang on, Matt, didn't you just say that BMW might merge the 8 Series Grand Coupe with the next 7 Series? Yeah, I did. But the same rumours also suggest BMW might simplify its range of two-door cars. This would mean replacing the 8 Series and the 4 Series with a mid-size coupe built on the new class chassis. It could even be called the i6. But that's not the best bit. If BMW develops these cars using the new class platform, it means there's a chance to build a high-performance M version with up to 1,360 horsepower. My favourite bit about this, well, apart from the prospect of a new BMW coupe with over 1,000 horsepower, is that this car could end up being called the MI6. That has a really nice ring to it, if you're British, which means the Germans probably won't use it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. If you want to watch some more videos, I've picked a couple out for you there. I think you'll like. Just click on those windows to watch them. Or if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to this channel. You can do that just by hitting the carwow logo there. Simple.